National Institute of Science and Technology to the stage.
예, 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다.
Hello everyone, I'm Lee Sedol.
사실 제 이름 앞에 이렇게 AI라는 그런
The world often introduces me as the last human to defeat AI.
그런 대국의 영향이겠죠.
And that is maybe the lingering effect of my match against the AlphaGo. I will talk to you about before and after of that AlphaGo match.
참 알파고의 대국을 좀 돌이켜 보면은요.
In retrospect,
대국전엔 정말 자신감이 넘쳤습니다.
I was very confident right before the game. I didn't know I was going to lose. But after the first and second game, everything changed.
이국의 그런 바둑을 두면서도 느꼈고요. 그 이후 장시간 복귀를 했음에도
On the night I lost the second match against AlphaGo, and I returned and reflected and replayed the game, but I couldn't find a mistake from AlphaGo. It's not possible when you play against a human Go player. So I had to admit, at least AlphaGo is superior to me. Many emotions came awashed in my mind. I was a lifelong Go player, and I had to admit the victory of artificial intelligence. So I had a mixed emotions back then and even now. I'm not here to talk about my game against the AlphaGo years back, but I want to talk to you today about where we stand and how we see the new technologies. Everything changed after that match, and AlphaGo Master program was released in 2017, and it was very easy for everyone to play a Go game. The most shocking aspect in my match against AlphaGo, one was that I lost to AlphaGo, but the second is that why AlphaGo plays more naturally and more creatively. That was quite shocking to me. In the beginning, I thought that many years would make you a good Go player. But then, next generation after AlphaGo, I finally came to understand AlphaGo Master makes moves that we have been taught not to make. But those moves are not very difficult moves. But human Go players are never taught to make such moves. What is the reason behind it? Because we were taught not to make such moves from very young. When we become pro, when older, when you become a professional Go player, you can not make such moves. That is a bias that is deeply rooted in the minds of humans, I think. From the perspective of humans, artificial, it's not biased. It is free from any types of biases. That's why we see AlphaGo game style more natural and more creative. Why should we move together with the AI? Why should we cooperate with AI? That is exactly why we have to work with it. When AlphaGo Master version was released, human players used to suggest game styles, but now we see many Go players looking at that master version to study what moves we should make.
절대적인 1인자는 나오기가 힘들.
Everyone will become great and good Go players. It will be difficult to snatch the top spot.
제가 생각했던 건 완전히 정반대로 가버려요.
But against that expectation,
훨씬 더
the gap between the high-performing Go players and low-performing Go players are getting wider and wider. Lower-ranking players, it is very difficult for them to become high-ranking Go players. The reason is clear. That is because high-ranking players understand the logics and the technologies better, so that the gap is becoming wider. There are many messages that have been thrown by AlphaGo. One more thing, when rules are clear and defined, AI can display tremendous power. It's not only in the world of Go. When ChatGPT was released in 2022, AI started to wield great influence across many different sectors and industries and areas. So what we used to see only in Go game world, we are seeing same trends and things in other sectors. The gap is widening. The way it is very important for a group to understand AI and utilize AI better, so that they can become better than others. If you don't understand AI, if you don't utilize AI, you will be lag behind. Before, of course, we had a gap in the past, but in the age of AI, such a gap is widening, but the speed at which the gap is widening is becoming faster and faster. The outcomes are generated at a high speed, and the gap is widening at a faster speed. Now we are living in a different world. Once there is a gap, the gap becomes too wide. It will be very difficult for you to narrow that gap. So this is something that we have to keep in mind. So in the end, in this world, your capabilities will be dependent on how you can utilize the AI to the maximum extent. The way to do it is take an initiative, make a judgment, and communicate based on such understanding, and then do not afraid to build your creativity. It is easier said than done. Questioning, understanding, communicating, those words are easier in words but not in actions. But turning them into a routine, it's very challenging for everyone. But just as I said to you before, taking an initiative, making a judgment, and communicating based on such understanding, it will bring you a greater benefit, and the gap between those who do and those who do not will be different.
So I have done Go for 30 years. From the age of 7 for Go game, I took a lot of time to study alone and think alone. Taking time to be alone and think about this, it has been a great asset for myself as a Go player. And in SNS, a lot of media and community, we can see a lot of information, and they are flooded with information. But when it comes to information, there are the kind of information that is not clarified or well organized. They are not really valuable. They just make us more confused about things. Then we have to well organize the information. How can we do that? In order to do that, you need to spend take time separately for yourself. You need to take a time to be alone and think about it in an in-depth manner. Ask questions creatively, make judgments, and communicate this with others and repeat this process. Also, in addition to this, you need to spend some time alone so that you can think in an in-depth manner, you can ask questions in an in-depth manner. And through this process, you can make something creative. This is my opinion. So this is what I prepared for today. Now it's your turn to make your move. I hope that you will make a bold, courageous, and creative move. So I have high expectation for what you will achieve in the future. Thank you.
네, 교수님 강연 정말 재밌게 잘 들었습니다.
Thank you so much for your lecture. You are quite popular because we received a long list of questions from the floor. So let us ask you one question from the list. When you had a game against AlphaGo, you must have different emotions. How did those emotions change? Now, in retrospect, you are not there to compete against AI. It is to cooperate with AI. I see AI as my partner or as a tool for my own advancement.
Then, in your match against AlphaGo, you felt the fear, curiosity, and various emotions. How did such emotions change over time? As I mentioned in my presentation, AI is a partner and a tool. It has become a partner and a tool for myself. In the Go game, AlphaGo can also serve as a teacher because many people look at the program and learn from it. So now it could serve as a teacher.
Another question regarding the AlphaGo match. You used the word intuition right after the match. AlphaGo plays based on computation and calculation, but human players play based on institutions. Feelings and emotions. Do you think AI can mimic those feelings in the world of creativity, in the realm of creativity? We are not there yet. Maybe in a decade at the max, but not at the moment. The first and the last will be decided by humans based on their intuition and judgment. So it will take time for AI to start from the very beginning until the end. The nature of human and the nature of AI are different. So if we cooperate, there will surely be synergistic effects.
Let me ask you another question. After AlphaGo, blue spot appeared. So what kind of change was brought to the strategic thinking in Go game? The blue spot, it refers to the kind of correct answer, like you have to make this move and that is the correct answer. Nowadays, many people are following the blue spot trend. And going forward, I think people will move beyond that, just following that blue spot, but they will become more proactive in becoming more creative. Nowadays, Go players are cooperating with and learning from the AI.
You mentioned that most professional players now train with AI. Do we still see human-style Go games that retain the intuition and creativity unique to humans? That's not so easy at the moment. it's difficult to understand how AI plays, the intent of AI when it plays a Go game. So very difficult for humans to retain the creativity and intuition unique to humans. So our players are now in a transition to turn from the AI style towards the human style. In order to do that, you've got to understand the intent of AI players and then turn that into human style.
So AI learns the patterns and makes the decision, and if that really becomes true, what do you think humans can achieve or make? I don't really think that AI will become perfect. So in the near future, at least, I don't think AI will become perfect. If AI really becomes perfect in the future, I am not the one to make a kind of judgment regarding how we should live. So it's a very difficult question to answer. As an incomplete being, I don't think I can answer this question, but still I think that AI is not complete and humans are not incomplete either. So we need to focus on how AI and humans can cooperate with each other.
Personally, I used to play Go game as a hobby and I'm a great fan of yours. When I play Go game on application, it is so advanced that I cannot even win over a machine player. So what do you recommend for amateur players to practice with? With the AI, we are getting help. With the AI, it's easier for players to improve their capabilities. But on another note, I'd like to say that it is so natural that we lost to AI. We don't need humans to play and win AI. We need humans to create a new style and new game of Go. AI, of course, will be better than humans in playing games, but humans made AI. Humans have the capabilities and creativity to create something like AI.
In the previous question, you said AI is incomplete, human is incomplete, so they have to cooperate with each other. In your opinion, what is the ideal picture of symbiosis between AI and humans? So human is the one who designs and sets the AI, and it is the humans who make the final decision. But in the middle of the process, we face issues. AI is so strong that it could replace humans in many jobs. Although we cannot change the overall trend, we should change our mind. We should not just prepare ourselves to get employed. So we have to think about how we can better use AI and create something better. So we need continuous education for people, and we need to share this message with people across the world.
Lee Sedol as a human. Before and after, what are the biggest changes after playing game against AlphaGo? The biggest change is that I retired from being a professional Go player. It wasn't me making the decision, but it naturally came to that decision of retirement as a professional AlphaGo Go player. I think in retrospect that was a wise decision. I had been and have been trying to adapt to new changes. That's why I decided to retire as a Go player. I liked my decision and I like it now.
During class, you teach students how to make board games. In your class, what are the biggest challenges for students? They find it the most difficult to begin designing the board game. Of course, finishing the design of the game is difficult, but the most difficult thing is to begin designing the board game. So with the help of AI, they can finish the design of the board game easily, but the beginning is the most important. When they first have to think about their idea, the concept about the board game, that's the most important part. So in the end, human is the one who begins the ideation process. So ideation is the most difficult part.
As well as students, as well as the humanity, what core competitiveness should humans have? In the end, it all comes down to creativity, intuition, insights. Those are required attributes of human beings. AI tries to mimic creativity, but it is just the word say, mimicking. It appears to be creative. Same in Go game. AI appears to play natural and creative game. Yes, it is true to some extent because it doesn't have a bias, but AI cannot create something new. It appears to be creative. That's it, because it is free from biases and prejudices. The genuine, authentic creativity comes from humans, I believe.
Then, going forward, are you preparing for a specific project or do you have a special goal? I think I'm still learning about this. After retirement, I met with many people and I listened to their opinions. And now I am going through a process of experiencing things. So now I am experiencing a lot of things after listening to the opinions of people. Thirdly, I'm going to focus on what I can do very well and something that could make make contribution to the society.
Due to time restraints, what is the final message to our audience? Today, it is a big day for senior students who are taking the university entrance exam in Korea. I hope everyone has a fulfilling and productive day, and good luck to everyone. After his history match against AlphaGo, Professor Lee Sedol experienced the age of coexistence with AI earlier than anyone else. And his experience and insights have offered us profound and essential questions to reflect on. AI is not something meant to replace us, but a tool that can expand and enhance our human abilities. What we must do now is to seek and create our own unique moves through understanding. Thank you for sharing your invaluable experiences and insights with us.